And so throughout my journey as a real estate investor, even as a young investor, that's really the only thing I wanted to master is finding deals, because the deals are the gold. And if you can find deals, you've got the gold. And there's many different ways to, there's many different exit strategies once you find the deal. Once you find the deal, you can wholesale that deal, you can fix and flip that deal, buy and hold in many different ways of buying and holding: short-term rental, mid-term rental, long-term rental, commercial properties, whatever it is, multifamily. Uh, but you've got to learn how to find the deals. And so for me, I always try to focus on one particular area. Um, at I initially started in DC, upper Northwest DC. I was buying properties in Adams Morgan and DuPont Circle only because that's where I lived. I got an efficiency apartment right out of college, right in Adams Morgan. So I just started investing there. Bought my first property year after college. And then there were times where I just only focused on Baltimore, and we'll talk about why that was. But the key to your success is learning how to find deals. Learning how to find deals. Take some notes. I'm going to give you guys I'm going to give you the top 5, but probably in total about 10. I don't want you to do all 10. I don't even want you to do 5. Pick one and master. Pick one marketing channel and master that. Start generating leads from that, and then pick another one. So now you've got 2 marketing channels to generate leads. But that's the key to your success. The key to your success is finding deals. Looks like Michael found his first property was on 18th Street. Wow. Wow, so close to where I was. Where was I? Keith can tell us. I forget the address, but it was on 18th Street, 2901, I think, 18th Street. Wow, I didn't know we had that in common, Michael. All right, so this is what I'm going to go over today. Why finding off-market deals is the key to your success. I'm going to go over my favorite marketing channel, direct mail, driving for dollars, networking with wholesalers. I probably get most of my deals now through networking with wholesalers and networking with real estate agents, online marketplaces, and then the public auctions. If you guys have questions, write them down. I've got about 13 slides to get through. Let me get through these slides, and then we'll have plenty of time to do a quick Q&A. So let's get started. And I just want to repeat what I said earlier. I want to repeat it. Mastering how to find deals is the key to your success. Some of you guys may get really good at wholesaling real estate. You might get really good at learning how to fix and flip and doing all the fixes and the decorating for buy and holds and fix and flips. But if you don't have any deals, you're not going to make any money. So my only thought, as I said earlier, when I was a young investor, and even now, the only thing I think about is where is my next deal coming from? And am I doing enough to generate the leads? And if I can do enough, eventually I'm going to generate enough leads to make a whole lot of money. And so I focus on off-market deals. And I want you to focus on off-market deals. What's an off-market deal? A deal that's on the market is like a property in the MLS, the multiple listing service. Property in the multiple listing service, the whole world has access to that. Because once a real estate agent puts that property in the MLS, it's going to syndicate to probably about 50 different sites and then some. And so there's a lot of competition. I solely focus on off-market deals because it's less competition. oftentimes I'm the only one that the motivated seller calls, maybe me and maybe somebody else. So it's less competition. Better pricing. You get better pricing with off-market deals because you're able to negotiate directly with that motivated seller, and you're probably the only one that's going to be negotiating with them. And then the deals are faster. Those transactions are faster on the market. You know, you're dealing with the real estate agent, and that real estate agent might want you to go through having appraisals done, inspections, all those kinds of things. Um, Off-market deal, generally as an investor, we might do an inspection, but we generally close as soon as the title work is done. If you're using your own cash or a hard money lender, we can generally close in 2 or 3 weeks. So those deals are a lot quicker. I want you guys focusing on off-market deals. And so as we go through this presentation, we'll talk about what are the deals that are off market, but they're primarily, we're finding motivated sellers. That's our targeted audience, motivated sellers. And these motivated sellers need to sell their houses fast, and they don't want to use a real estate agent. They don't want to put the property on the market. Let's see, I think I skipped. Oh, maybe I did. Okay. All right, so let's talk about direct mail. Direct mail is my number one marketing channel. The reason why it's my number one marketing channel is because I can directly target my audience, my targeted audience. And so who's my targeted audience? My targeted audience are motivated sellers that are behind in their mortgage, maybe, or probate. They need to sell their houses fast. They're the executor of the estate or personal representative of the estate. They might be out of state and renting the properties out. They might be going through a divorce. All those sellers are motivated to sell. And through direct mail, I can get a list of all these motivated sellers and mail to them directly, versus kind of casting a net out into the ocean just to see who bites. I can go directly to the place where the fish are biting and market to them. And that's what you can do with motivated sellers. You can get lists. Of my favorite lists are out-of-state motivated sellers. And so I pick a geographical location. Sometimes I'll pick a couple zip codes, and I'll get a list of the motivated sellers there that are absentee, meaning they own the properties, but they don't live there. The houses, they're either renting the property out or it's vacant or abandoned, and they live out of state. They're very motivated. And so I can get that list and direct mail to those people. And so that's why direct mail has always been my number one marketing channel. Pre-foreclosures is also a great marketing channel for you guys to go after, a great targeted audience. And you can get a list of pre-foreclosures to target. And so absentee owners, pre-foreclosures are great for direct mail. You can also get a list of homeowners that own their properties free and clear, homeowners that own their property, that have at least 50% equity in their properties. You can target all of those homeowners in a certain area. I would focus on a certain area, a zip code, a county. That's what I would focus on, and know the areas, know what the after repair values are for those properties. It just helps you negotiate a lot better. So direct mail, and then there's a lot of direct mail carriers that we use. We've been using REI print mail, and we have a link for you if you want a discount for REI print mail. But I've used yellowletters.com and Postcard Mania as well. Driving for dollars. I would say if you have no budget, if you're just getting started, and you have little to no budget as a real estate, and you want to get deals, I would say driving for dollars is one of the best things that you can do. That's basically driving neighborhoods looking for houses that are that look to be vacant or abandoned, writing their numbers down. I mean, writing the addresses down. We use technology like uh, somebody put in the text. What is it? What is it, Keith? It escapes me. Um, Somebody put it in the chat or unmute yourself. One of the best technologies for driving for dollars. Are you guys paying attention? Um, I'll think of it in a second. Let's see. Let me get my chat box up. Maybe you guys.
Greg's Deal Machine.
Deal Machine. There you go. Deal Machine. All right. So you can get Deal Machine. So I have one of my real estate agents drove by a property a couple years ago, and house looked to be vacant or abandoned. Put the address in Deal Machine right in front of the property. Deal Machine pulled up the homeowner's name and phone number, called the homeowner while he was in front of the property, talked to the homeowner, said he was an investor, would love to make a cash offer on the property, met the homeowner there the next day and put the property under contract, and then wholesaled that property and made a quick $20,000 by using Deal Machine, going driving for dollars. Steve goes driving for dollars every Saturday morning. He picks certain neighborhoods and he writes down the addresses, and he skip traces the homeowners, and he either calls them or sends them a postcard. That's something that you guys can do right away, is driving for dollars. No excuse why you can't. And if you need more information on that, I am hosting a 4-day course where I'm going to take a deep dive into all of these marketing channels, and I'll talk to you more about that later on. But driving for dollars, if you have a low budget and you're looking for a deal, for some of you guys, it could be your first deal or your next deal, I still think driving for dollars is a great way to find deals, driving for dollars. All right, so we talked about direct mail. And as a matter of fact, I sent out a direct mail piece. I forgot to tell them this, Keith, and I think I've told them before, the house that Keith now lives in came from one of my postcards. I sent postcards to Bowie, to a couple zip codes in Bowie, Maryland, and a homeowner, it were absentee owners, homeowner called and said, I'm ready to sell my property. My tenant just moved out. I took a look at it and I said, wow, this is a great property to fix and flip. But I reminded myself that Keith was in the market of finding a home, and long story short, Keith bought that house and he lives in that. So postcards do work. Driving for dollars work, and then networking with wholesalers. I probably find most of my deals now networking with other investors. And so that's one of the things that you guys are going to have to do, is network. I just got off the phone with one of my colleagues, Nate, and I asked Nate, I said, how are you finding your deals now? He said, I'm just talking to wholesalers and real estate agents. And so how do you talk to wholesalers? I think, how do you find them? Going out to like auctions. There's a lot of wholesalers that go to auctions, RIA meetings, meetups. We're going to start our meetups back in a couple months, where there are going to be a lot of wholesalers there. Just going to different functions. You can find wholesalers online on different groups on Facebook, as an example. Within our meetup, we have a meetup and our community page. There's a ton of wholesalers. Most of you guys should be part of our community, our free community. We'll put up a link that you can join if you're not part of our community. But we've got the majority of the people in our community are wholesalers. And so just networking with them, if you're looking to buy and hold a property or fix and flip a property, wholesaling, let the wholesalers know that you're looking for deals. Let the wholesalers know. So in the ecosystem of real estate investing, everybody needs each other. And so the investors who are fixing and flipping and buying and holding, they really don't have time to find deals. They're happy to pay a wholesaler 10,000, 20,000. Sometimes on probate deals, we make $50,000 on a wholesale deal. And so then the wholesalers need the cash buyers, obviously, because once they find a deal, they need someone to assign that contract to. And so we all need each other. So you can't sit idly by and not network or know anyone. You've got to let people know what you do and what you're looking for. And so that's why I network with a lot of wholesalers. Wholesalers know that I'm a cash buyer, and I get a lot of deals from wholesalers. And I want you to as well. You've got to let whatever your goal is, and hopefully, ultimately, your goal is to buy and hold properties. Ultimately, even if you're a wholesaler, you want to get that money and then take that money from wholesaling and then buy and hold. That's how you build wealth. And that's how you leave a legacy. That's how you retire financially free with your buy and hold properties, cash flowing properties. That's how you create passive income. But for some of you wholesalers, you want to start off somewhere. So we start off wholesaling and then we kind of graduate into buying and holding to build wealth. But networking with wholesalers. And then online marketplaces. There's a lot of online sites like auction.com, like hubzoo.com, Ashland Auctions in Baltimore, where you can actually go online and bid on properties. I went online a couple years ago and found this property in Baltimore, my Lake Avenue property in Bel Air Edison in Baltimore, 21213. And I bid on the property. Someone told me that was a great zip code. So I looked online for properties in that zip code in Baltimore, found this property, went and took a look at it. The bid date was coming up. I bid on a property online. Long story short, I won the bid, $40,000. I won the bid. Put probably maybe $15,000 into it. House is worth about $200,000 now. Baltimore is really starting to appreciate. I've had two tenants in the property. Both were Section 8 tenants, and I found that property on one of the marketplaces. And so the online marketplaces, the online sites, especially for auctions, are great places. Some investors put their properties on like Facebook Marketplace. Sometimes you'll see properties on Craigslist, definitely commercial properties, multifamily on LoopNet. But the online sites now, a lot of the banks are utilizing technology, and they're giving less listings, REOs, real estate owned by the banks. They're giving less REOs to real estate agents to market, and they're putting more of them online and just letting investors like us bid on the properties. And so you just got to make sure that you use a certain formula so that you don't overbid. I see a lot of people overbidding. The formula that we use is the Mayo formula: 70% of the after repair value minus repair costs. Maybe a little less for an auction, but rest assured there are plenty of online sites that you can find deals. All right, working with agents. Oftentimes, real estate agents are on the front line of deals. And honestly, that's one of the reasons why I even got my real estate license many, many years ago, so that I could have access to deals, access to the MLS, but access to deals. Now, I get a lot of my deals from my real estate agents. Most of you guys know that I own a real estate brokerage, and I get a lot of deals from my agents. And oftentimes my agents have listings. They don't even know that it's a real estate deal. It's a real estate investment opportunity. And so motivated sellers they will call investors, but if they don't know any investors, they're going to call an agent to list the property, or at least an agent to try to sell the property. And I you need to, as much as you should be networking with wholesalers, you should also be networking with real estate agents. And so that should be part of your strategy. One of my buddies, some of you guys have heard of Dillon Investments. Um, he's actually an agent in my brokerage. He does high-end flips. He buys for $1 million or $2 million and sells for $3 or $4 million. He's selling in uptown DC, Potomac. His name is Jahat, Potomac, um, Bethesda. His marketing strategy, his sole marketing strategy is buying listings from real estate agents. And then once he renovates the property, he gives that agent a relist. And so that agent gets 2 listings. They sell the listing to Jahat below market. He renovates those properties, and then he gives them a relist to relist that property. And he's one of the top investors in the DMV. He's all high end, all high end. If he can't make $1 million on a flip, he doesn't want to flip the property. He won't buy the property, and he gets all of his deals from real estate agents. So real estate agents are a great source. Public records. I will tell you guys that the courthouse is a gold mine for real estate agents. I mean, real estate agents, real estate investors, the courthouse. And because the courthouse has the public auctions. And so we talked about the auctions online. Courthouse has the auctions in front of the courthouse steps. Once or twice a week in every single jurisdiction, there's a public auction at the courthouse steps. But you can also go inside the courthouse, and there's the tax records of people who are delinquent in their taxes. That's public, and those properties are sold once a year. But then there's also a list of people who are delinquent in their taxes. There's also people who have gone through the process, house has sold, but they're waiting for that they have a 6-month right of rescission. And so before the property goes to tax sale or while it's in that rescission period, is a great time to buy these properties. And you can find that information out at the courthouse. Evictions are at the courthouse, at landlord-tenant court. And so some of our investors, they go to landlord-tenant court. They pass out their business cards. They pass out their business cards to the landlords and the tenants, because in some jurisdictions like DC, tenants have a right of first refusal, and they can sell those rights. In DC, it's called topo rights. They can actually sell those rights. And a lot of investors like myself have bought out those rights, paid off the tenants, helped them move, and then they assigned their rights to me for me to purchase the property. I've done that a few times. And so probate, obviously probate. And so probate, let me just take a second to talk about probate real quick. When you guys hear about wholesale deals that the investor made $50,000, sometimes $100,000, $30,000, they're always, almost 100% of the time, it's probate. And it's that because the executor of the estate or the personal representative of the estate is responsible for selling the property. 70% of the time when an estate is open, when one passes away, not only do they own real estate, but they own real estate free and clear. So there's no mortgages on these properties. The baby boomers are dying now, and they're dying with no mortgages. So there's a lot of room to negotiate. The Generation Xers and the millennials, they have no concept of wanting to keep the property, so they're selling the properties. They're selling the properties that make quick cash because they weren't taught how to, and I'm picking on the millennials and the Gen Xers, they weren't taught how to be investors. entrepreneurs, that kind of thing. They've been taught to go to college, get a job, and I can go deeper into that, but I won't. But anyway, so on the probate deals, there's a lot of juice in there. There's this it's a lot of profit in there. So we have some investors that's all they do is focus on those deals, and so they get a list every week of estates that have recently opened. Now, when an estate opens, it's public record to see whether or not they die with a house, owning real property. It's public record to know who the executor of the estate is, what their name is, what their address, phone number, and sometimes you'll even get their email address. It's all public record. It has to be public record. It's required because the deceased may owe money to a debtor, and so the debtor can check the legal newspapers, because that property has to be the estate has to be listed in the legal newspaper for 3 consecutive weeks. That's mandatory, just in case they died owing money. What we do as investors is we get that information and we contact the personal representative of the estate to see if they want to sell the property. And like I said, in most cases they do. It's very rare that they hold on to the property, fix the property up, especially in the DMV, where a lot of the houses over 100 years old, they need $100,000-$200,000 worth of work. They much rather just sell the properties off and take the money, and they sell those properties at a deep discount. So probate should be something that you guys think about as a strategy. Divorce, and so divorce filings are at the courthouse. Courthouse is just a gold mine, you guys, of opportunity for real estate investors. All right, so we talked about probate, so I won't talk any more about probate, but so here are some other strategies. Website, and so I've always had a website. You guys can go to it right now, fastcashdmv.com. I have a on Carrot website that's optimized, and I've had it for a long time. It's a real estate investor website where it's optimized to the point where if you were to Google, in some cases, I don't pay for this, but it just comes up. If you were to Google, need to sell my house fast, or need to sell my house to an investor, I rank, I come up just because of my website. And so if you're serious about investing and getting and finding deals, I would, maybe not as an initial matter, but eventually I would get a website. And then oftentimes, the day and age that we're in, when a motivated seller, if you get referred to them or they find out about you, they're going to want to look you up. And they may Google you, they may ask for your website. You want to make sure that you have one. Websites, especially on Carrot, if you're interested in an on Carrot website, it looks much like mine, fastcashdmv.com. Let me know, and we can get you guys a discount. Pay per lead, PPL. I've used PPL companies where they actually have national websites. Now, my website's the local website. It's my website. There's companies out here, they're called pay per lead or PPL companies, that they have national websites and they market for motivated sellers. And so their marketplace, they're looking for motivated sellers nationwide, and they sell those leads. Sometimes they sell those leads in a bidding process. And so I have used PPL companies. I have bought leads for $200 and $300 a piece. Generally speaking, for like every 10 leads that you buy, on average, every 10 leads that you buy, you should get one deal. And so if you do the math, even if you're paying $300 per lead and you buy 10, that's what, $3,000, and you get a deal, that's much less than paying a wholesaler $10,000. And so PPL, I've got some investors that are in my mastermind, national investors, and that's all they do is they go to a couple PPL companies like Lead Zolo, and they buy leads. There's another company called need to sell my house fast.com. You can buy leads from them. In the DC area, like I said, the leads are $200, $250, $300 per lead, but they're motivated sellers. They're motivated sellers. And then if you buy the lead and the house is already listed, or there's something wrong with the lead, they give you your money back. And then PPC, pay per click, you can set up your website and pay to have the ranking. And when someone clicks on your website, it's going to cost you some money, but some investor will tell you that they get most of their leads or a lot of their leads through pay per click, through people Googling certain key phrases or keywords, and then they come up and they pay for that, called pay per click. And then, of course, social media. Many of our investors in my coaching program are using social media, organic, and because it's free and it's something that can happen every day. You can't really target. You can target on pay per click on social media if you pay for it. So like a paid ad, of which I do that. So all of these things I have done. Some of these things I do now. Like I said earlier, though, you guys, I want you guys to take some of what I've talked about, some of them, and focus on one thing, one marketing channel. Just focus on one marketing channel, master that channel. You want to be the master of that channel, start generating leads, close some deals, and then add. Like I probably use 3 or 4 marketing channels right now as we speak, but it's only because I'm generating leads through all of those marketing channels. And so, and just know that every marketing channel works. The key is, number one, you've got to be consistent with it. And then number two is the follow-up. We like to say the fortune is in the follow-up. Once you generate leads, especially if it's pay per lead, pay per click, whatever it is, direct mail, you've got to follow up. And then on top of all of that, it's best to have a CRM. And I don't have that in the slides, but a CRM to help manage all your leads. And so a lot of our investors are using PropStream, RealFlow to manage all their leads and to manage their business. All right, you guys, I just went through a lot. What questions do we have? Let's see what's in the chat. You guys have any questions? Okay, I don't see questions in the chat. Anybody have any questions? Where are you guys getting your leads from? Anybody want to unmute yourself and let me know? Where are your leads coming from? Or what marketing channels are you guys using? Anybody? You guys don't, if you don't know, you better find out, because this is how you're going to build wealth. I mean, you can build wealth investing in real estate. You can, but you've got to master how to find these deals. And you can't be confused about it. Now, I will tell you that I'm doing a live 4-day virtual master course in October, where it's going to be 4 days, and I'm going to take a deep dive into how to find these deals. It's only $197. The link is at the top. We'll put the link also in the chat, where on day 1, I'm gonna talk about why the DMV is in my opinion, the #1 market to invest in. And I say that because I say it's an emerging market, because if you're into short-term rentals, midterm rentals, we've got plenty of hospitals for midterm rentals. We've got lots of colleges in the DMV between DC and Baltimore for student housing. DC itself is one of the best markets for appreciation. Baltimore is best for cash flow. And so day one, I'm going to give you all the strategies and tell you what zip codes, what areas to invest in, and why DC, in my opinion, is the #1 market to invest in. Day two is I'm going to go over all the strategies, all my favorite strategies. So once you find the deals, what are you going to do with them? Are you going to do a novation on that deal, a subject to use creative financing, fix and flip that property wholesale? So I'll take a deep dive into wholesaling. And so day two, I'm going to go over the strategies once you find the deals. Day three is I'm going to give you all the templates, the flyers, the scripts, everything you need for once you find a deal, how to talk. We'll go over some role playing, how to talk to motivated sellers. That's on day three. And day four is all the financing. And so once you find the deal, put it on the contract, how are you going to get it financed? Who are the private lenders here in our area? Who are the hard money lenders? I will have traditional lenders on day four. And then, of course, the creative financing, which I love. I specialize in creative financing. And so I'm going to have, I'll talk about all of that on day four. Let me share my screen here. Let's see if I can do this real quick. And I think I've got to do this and then this. All right, so here's everything that we'll go over. I think, let's see, it starts, here we go. All right, so it starts October 28th. So from the 28th to the 31st, from 6 to 7, it's Zoom. And I will be on there live every day going over these things. It's going to be a masterclass. You don't want to miss it. If you're looking forward to really investing in our area, learning what the DMV has to offer, sign up. Keith or Raul, can you guys put a link in the, if you haven't already?
Yeah, Greg, it's there.
Okay, all right. So there's a link. Put another link. I actually don't see it. Yeah, put another link in there for our 4-day course. All right. So any questions, you guys? Anything else?
I just have a postcard question, but I was going to call you tomorrow, Greg.
Go ahead and ask.
No, you said from the office for listings that we could do postcards from the office.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll get the details from you tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
So look, you guys, this is all my contact information. If you're interested in learning more, wanting to learn more about our 4-day course, you can schedule an appointment with me. GB schedule, last one, you'll get to my calendar. You can actually schedule an appointment with me. GB, just go to gbschedule.com. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram. You need to email me or call me. It's what we want is to help you guys invest in real estate. I mean, that's what we want. We want to help everybody build wealth. You're not going to do it alone. You've got to learn. The way to learn is to invest in yourself. And so we set this course up. It's for 4 days. It's live. You can ask as many questions as you want. There'll be a lot of course material to go along with that. And it's just a great opportunity for you guys to get jump started moving into the new year. We know that interest rates have lowered as of yesterday, and they're going to continue to lower. So great opportunities for us to start learning about investing in real estate, jump in, buy some real estate, take advantage of the lower interest rates as interest rates get lower, and really start building wealth for ourselves. Let's see. There we go. All right. So The first link that Keith put in is for our 4-day course. If you're not part of our free community, there's a link for our free community there as well. The key though is like it's proximity. The key to your success is being part of a group of like-minded investors in this case, but like-minded people. That's the only way you're going to reach all of your goals as a real estate investor. It's the only way. All right, well, if there's not any questions, I'm surprised Kiki doesn't have a question. But if there's not any questions, I'm gonna let you guys go. But if you guys want to schedule an appointment, feel free, gbschedule.com. I'm happy to talk to you guys about a 4-day course. But take care, you guys. God bless, and we will talk to you guys soon. The
Thanks
key
a lot,
to
Greg. Thank you.
all right, Dana. The key
Thank you,
to your
Greg.
success, everybody, is learning how to find deals. The investor that can find the most deals is going to make the most money. You got to learn how to find deals. That's the bottom line. God bless everybody. Good night.
All right, take care.
Take care.